have like. That's a sneak. That's a teaser. No, like this is like the song I used. So that's why I'm putting it in the intermission as like a what's it called? What's the mic? Real quick. Testing 1 2. This is Init. We're live. Well, like we have like. Okay, yeah. Scale to Windows. Is there canvas output? This output, yeah. Oh. this on.
Okay. I don't know how to check if this is actually working, so I'm just gonna give my spiel and then I'll check on the live stream when you're actually talking.
Okay.
Doesn't matter if I'm muted. Can you pull up?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Loki? I wish I knew something about this.
Turn it off.
Oh. I wish we could just. Okay. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Awesome.
Most work we just like 3 minutes.
Okay, no, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, hi guys, welcome to the first AI workshop for this cohort series. My name is Nicole, I'm the Explore Program Manager. I'm gonna talk to you guys for a few minutes, give my spiel like I do over. Like I usually do at the beginning of these workshops, just to tell you guys about how we're kind of running Explore the semester and how you guys can get involved. So, I recognize a good amount of you guys, so just bear with me. We're doing Explore a little bit differently this year. We're doing a cohort style, so workshops are still open to everyone at all times, but you can apply to 2 cohort tracks at a particular time, and that's our web dev, game dev, AI, or hardware tracks. Basically, this is just a way for us to kind of encourage retention and get your feedback, and make sure that you guys are actually attending all of the different workshops so you can end up with fully fledged projects for your GitHub, for your resumes, to really make you stand out for the industry and for recruiters when you go networking stuff. So the first thing I want to highlight is our Explore Hub. As always, go.fiu.edu/explorehub. This is where you find all the Notion docs and the live streams for all of the workshops. So if you fall behind, maybe you're confused, or maybe you didn't have time to finish downloading something, you guys can always go there and find all of the information that you need. We also have this info on our socials, so our Discord, there's an Explore Hub like chat, I guess, they're called channels, and you guys can reach out to me or any of the other CLs for the different tracks as well if you have any questions. So if you can scroll down for me, this is our general timeline. So web dev already closed. Game dev actually closes today, so if you guys are interested in that, if you already filled it out and you want to do it, you can just come to me and I'll change it. Or if you haven't filled out the form, then you can do some with game dev. If you do it before 5, you should be good. AI, since this is the first one, it's going to close next week, right before the second workshop, so Tuesday at 5 p.m. And then hardware will be the following week after that on Sunday. And again, I think these graphics are all on our Instagram if you guys lose track. But just remember, right before the second workshop, the day before at 5 p.m. is when they actually close. So if you can scroll down for me a little more. This is the cohort interest form. If you guys are interested in signing up for any of the cohorts, again, you can sign up for 2 at a time. And I think this link is go.fiu.edu/initexplore. But you know, you don't have to do that right now. Again, if you're interested, get curious later, you can always reach out to me or you can find it on our socials. So I'm going to go through some of our upcoming events before I hand it off to Mr. Victor. So tomorrow we have our first official game dev cohort workshop where we're going to actually be recreating Flappy Bird. This one's going to be about creating the game environment, so the game loop, like how the background is voice working, like how like the different elements are actually moving around. That's going to be at 4 p.m. in PG6 115. And then on Friday, you can scroll down a little bit for me, please. We have our Flag Ops Bootcamp. So Flag Ops is our Capture the Flag event that we're launching for the first time this semester. It's super cool if you guys are interested in cybersecurity. If you're curious about it, it's beginner friendly. And if you're serious about wanting to join, I would highly recommend coming to the bootcamp because we're basically going to do like a mock CTF where you go through some of the challenges and they explain what a CTF is, how it's different from a hackathon, and how you can actually participate. For Flag Ops, we're going to have prizes. I think like the prize pool is around like $300. It's going to be less per person, but in total. And we're going to have food, and it's going to be a great experience, again, particularly if you're interested in cybersecurity. So, yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nicole. Let me just move it.
So welcome everybody. This is the beginning of the AI workshop series here at FIU at Init. I'm so happy that you guys are joining me for this journey, and it's gonna be 4 weeks long. And it's gonna be the first one. We're not gonna do anything crazy today. It's just for you guys to get familiar with the tools that we're gonna be using. And it's also just 1 hour long workshop, so just relax and enjoy it, okay? Just make sure you guys check in already. And the very first thing that we're gonna be doing is installing Python, okay? Okay, and this should be the link for you to install Python on your computer. But I wanna also say something about Python here. So you might be asking first, so why are we using Python and not like any other programming language? You guys are computer science student like major, right? Yeah. So you guys are probably studying Java, I assume. Yeah. But why do we use Python then for AI? The first thing, and probably what's that? Oh, okay, no, for knowledge. Just was asking if you guys were studying Java, which is the one, right? I studied C++, which is for computer engineering major. But yeah, so why Python? The very first reason is because of its resources. If you guys go at some like YouTube tutorials or anything like that, you guys are gonna see the amount of resources that Python makes it available to us. So what do I mean by that? Is that we have access to a lot of stuff that is like already built. It was already built for us, okay? And not only that, Python is also a very friendly beginner programming language. So we're gonna go over the syntax later on, but you guys are gonna see that it's very easier compared to Java, for example. It's a very simple syntax, and it's also very much easier to debug stuff, and it's for that it's very reliable, right? And so I should give you guys a few more minutes to install Python here. And the link is also available in the Explore hub, which is the Notion page we have. And you should be able to install for Mac, Linux, or Windows as well, okay? Do you guys have it installed? Show of hands if you already have. Okay, okay. Okay, cool, okay. Congrats everybody. Okay, so yeah, so a little bit of the agenda today we're gonna do. So we already do the Python installation, which is the very first thing. Then we're gonna work with the IDE, which I'm gonna explain what that is. Then for the rest of today's workshop, we're gonna go over for a little Python review, which is some of the most important things in programming that we do, the functions, and the architecture behind OOP, which is very important for any kind of programming language. And also the libraries that I'm going to mention how to import them, okay? So yeah, so this is why Python. The simplicity, the large resources, and the readability, okay? And it's also a way that you can check if you have successfully installed Python. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna do is open our terminal, which is basically the way that we can directly communicate with our own computer. It's like a interface, okay? And this is the way we do for Mac, and that's for Windows, okay? And once you open that, okay, you can run this command down here. This command. But yeah, you should be able to verify if you have Python in your computer by running this command in your terminal, and you should see something like this. Okay? The numbers could be different. I don't know if there is some some newer version or something, but you should see this. Okay? The Python and then each version that you have in your computer. Awesome. Do you guys see that in your terminal if you try? Yeah. Okay. Oh, amazing. Yeah. And now we're gonna be working with our IDE, okay, which is VS Code. Are you guys have heard of this VS Code thing? Okay. Oh, you guys are early. Oh my god. So I don't know if you have it installed in your computer yet, but here's a little bit of the instruction on where you can install it. This is the link. You can also find it in the Explorer Hub. You can install it again for Windows, Linux, and Mac. Okay. But what exactly is VS Code? What is an IT? So, in the world of programming, we need some kind of like a page or file that we can actually type stuff to program something. And that's what an IDE is. It's like an environment that we use to actually be able to program something, okay? And this is actually the one that we use in the professional world as well, okay? But also, I would like to mention that like in the first cohort, I saw some people still struggling with the Python installation, VS Code also. And so what I made here for us as well is that I created a kind of an online environment. So I'm going to show you here in the Explorer Hub real quick. Just so you guys know this other option if you guys don't want to do this. Okay? Okay. So this is the Explorer Hub. Cool. So you should go here to the AI one, and it's the COHORT 2 Notion doc. You click here, and this should be the whole document, okay? With everything. We have all the kind of information here, resources available, and this is the first workshop here, right? AI 101. And you go to contents, and you can find this little file here, which is the Google Colab notebook. If you click here, you can actually, what is it, to download it. It doesn't have to download it. But looks like this. Let me show you my computer instead. I might have to change the name here. Okay. Yeah, so this is my computer screen, okay. If you guys are a little bit familiar already, if you guys have taken some kind of programming classes and you had some assignments to do, this is probably the kind of environment that we're gonna be using. This is actually the one that I use for my machine learning assignments for my class, and this is called the Google Colab. So this is like an online IDE that we can use instead of installing all of those stuff like the Python and VS Code locally, okay? So this is actually just to avoid any kind of downloading or installation issues, okay? So this is the one that I'm going to be working on here, okay? You can see it's very friendly. You have here some kind of cell blocks, and this is how we're going to work, okay? But again, this is just an option, okay? You guys can just focus on VS Code, which I would recommend, so you guys can stay with the kind of professional stuff, okay? But again, so this is an option So again, today I'm not gonna go over like some crazy concepts, just Python review. So nothing to really worry about. If you guys have taken some programming classes already, then this should be very chill. Okay. Again, and also, so this is a GitHub with which we're gonna find all of the code in there, okay? Which is the one that you can use to put in your VS code. And again, the link you should find in your Explorer. But yeah, and you should see the file for each workshop. So we have workshop 1, 2, 3, and 4. But don't go there yet because we're not there yet. Okay. I just want to show you guys real quick the GitHub. Okay, so this is the GitHub. If you go here, workshop 1, and you have the first file here. And this is like the same thing that we have in the Google Colab. I just have to fix the downloading thing for some reason it's not working. But okay, this is the same stuff from the Google Colab. So you can basically just copy this whole thing and then pass it to your VS Code, okay? But for now, since I'm just gonna keep things pretty simple, okay? So I'm just gonna go over to the Google Colab, okay? It should be also easier to show you stuff and explain it, okay? But again, this is you guys have access to all of it, okay? I might have to change some stuff from the workshops here because those are from the previous one, okay? So you don't need to see these ones yet, okay? Just letting you guys know. Okay, so let's get started with the actual stuff. You guys have any questions so far? Any kind of thing? Yes.
So I saw we're using Python 3.13.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what's the difference between the previous versions and the newest release?
Honestly, I don't know. I have to like check the documents they have, but it should be like some kind of
Something similar. Like
yeah.
the same
It's not crazy, honestly.
What did we have right now?
Nah, don't worry. Yeah, they're just very like picky with this stuff
Okay.
when they do the changes. But yeah. But nice. Okay, so we're gonna get started with if statement, okay? So how do we do conditions in the world of programming? How do we check stuff if they are true or false, okay? So this is what we use, okay? And here, for example, let me just we have here some variables, and right here we have 4 variables, condition 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we have here what they are: true, false, another false, and another true. Okay, but you guys are pretty much free to play around with it and do whatever you want with it. Okay, but here it's just to show you what is happening. Okay, so for example, if you wanna execute something, a block of code based on some condition, this is what we can do. We use the if keyword here and the condition, which is like the variable pretty much. And then we do a tag here. Remember that in Python we have to do this kind of spacing here so that it's inside this whole block here of the if statement. Okay, this is very important. Then we do the line of code that we want to execute if the condition is true, right? And but the thing is that not every time we want to execute something if it is true. What if it's false and we want to execute something that is then we have the else. Right? So basically what's happening here? If this is true, then this is happening. This here, this thing here at the top. But if it's false, then this thing is happening here. Okay? Based on that, which line of code do you guys think is going to be executed here? 19 or 21? 19, right? Perfect. And why is that? Because condition 1 is true. Awesome. Okay. Very simple, right? I think in Java, I never really took Java, so I'm not sure, you guys can correct me, but I think you have some parentheses here and you have some kind of brackets here, right?
Yeah.
Something like that, right? Yeah, it's like similar to C++. So you guys can see that it's very like simpler. We don't have to add a lot of stuff. So, and this kind of keeps the code a lot cleaner, I think.
No semicolon inside of it.
Oh yeah, true. Don't have that. But another thing that we can do with if statements that we can include multiple conditions in the same idea. So the way we can do that is just include this kind of another keyword here called LF, which is pretty much the same idea that, for example, if this is false, then the next one is going to be condition again too. So it's going to be checked again if it's either true or false. So if it is, for example, true, then this is happening. But if it's false again, then we go slowly. Then it goes to the next thing again. Perfect. So based on that, what do you guys think? Which line do you guys think is going to be executed here? We have 24, 26, 28, or 30. Which one is it? 28. And why is that? Because condition 2 is false. So we go to the next one. Condition 3 is what? Is false. So you go to the next one. And condition 4 is true. So this is the one that is happening. Any questions? You guys have any questions? No? Any ideas as well? I love to hear ideas as well. Okay, so in that case, just gonna move on, okay? And again, let me just show you here what we have. And this is again the Google Colab. It's right here. So we have like the if statement. So if you open this, here I'm asking you to write all the conditions. So you can do anything in the same way that I did. Condition 1 equals true, and you can just go ahead and do all the ones, okay? And you can just play around with it, okay? But I'm gonna leave it here to you guys for now, okay? And let's move on to the next topic. Okay. Perfect. Okay. I'll say that probably this is like one of the most important stuff also in programming. I mean, there's so many important stuff that we can kind of learn in this journey, but again, I think this is probably one of the things that we're gonna use a lot. And it's a for loop. So what exactly is a for loop? So a for loop is kind of a technique to go through something, okay? So what do I exactly mean by that? So let's say that I have, for example, an array. An array is pretty much just like a list that contains certain elements. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. then the way that we can do that is using a for loop. And it's pretty simple actually, here in Vue. So we put here the for, then we use the, this could be a name, you can name that anything actually. So it could be element, it could be number, it could be item or something. It's just to represent the current element that we are working with at that moment. Okay? And we use the im, and we're gonna go through what I array, right? And for each element, what we're basically doing here is just printing each one of the elements, which is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay? And that's the idea behind for loops. Okay? And I'm pretty sure that the syntax in Java, for example, is way too different from that, right? We have something like this, if I'm guessing, something like, and then we declare r equals 0, and like I should be like 5 plus or something.
Yeah.
So you can see that way, it's like a lot easier to work with, right? It's interesting, right? Okay, let's just fix this because we don't want to see that, right? Okay. As all as you can also, oops. So with that, we don't have to just print them. We can do a lot more than that. For example, here, we can get the size with of my array by calling this function here, the length of my array. I'm going to explain that in a bit what this means, what I mean by function. Okay, but basically what's happening here is that we're getting the size of this array, which in that case should be 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements. So 5 in total. Okay, and then size is going to be 5. And then what is happening here is that we are accessing each element through the index. So, and it's also another function here in the for loop, and it's gonna basically just go from 0 to 4. Okay, this is just a function. Okay, that is returning that. Okay, and when we do that, we can access each of the elements in the list this way. So we have my array and the index inside here. And the index is basically just the position of these elements. So 1 here is going to be 0. Remember that it always starts at 0, okay? So, and we have 0, and then the position is 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Perfect. Awesome. You guys have any questions so far? Because given all this. Okay. How many of you are like already familiar with something like this? Show of hands. Oh, okay. Most of them. Okay. That's okay. Which is also great. And we learned everything. And again, if you're just getting started with all this, don't be don't kind of feel like intimidated by all this, because this is kind of like learning like a whole new language or something. It's like well, not like, but sort of like learning Chinese or something. Okay. It's pretty much like the language of computers, and that's what we do. What we're trying to do. We're trying to understand computers, and we're trying to control them actually. And now they're all because the iteration is gonna be happening based on a condition. So you can think of a while loop as like if you try to combine if statement and for loops. When you combine it together, we have a while loop. So let me just go over a little bit on this code right here. So we have here again the list that we have with all these numbers. Then we have some variables. We have some, and we have also the index. Okay. And we have here the condition for the while loop to happen. So what it's basically saying here is that I will go over all of this block of code here, as long as sum is less than 20. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. And that's what is best, what basically is happening here, okay? So we're gonna start with sum equals 0, and based on that, is 0 less than 20? True, right? Okay. So yeah, so since that is true, then we're gonna go over this whole thing. And what is happening here? We just printing the value of sum, the value of index, and we're also adding the sum, the variable sum with each of the elements here. Okay. So since the index is first 0 here, then we're gonna go over here, and then it's gonna be accessing the element 2, okay? And then given that, this is just like the same as writing like 0 plus 2, which is just 2. And now the new value of sum is going to be 2. That's just going to be sum. Cool. And after at the end, at the bottom, then we just have to increment the position, the index in the list to go to the next element. Okay. And if we go over again here, now we're gonna come back here to the condition. Now it's gonna check again if sum is less than 20. Is that true? Yes. Perfect. So we're gonna go over again and do the same thing. And now when we go here, now this is gonna be 2, which is like the previous value of sum, plus my array at 1, at position 1, which is the next element, then it's going to be 4. So it's going to be 2 plus 4, which is 6. And this is the new value of sum, okay? Now this is sum. And again, this will keep happening, as long as sum keeps being less than 20, okay? And that's the idea. Now I have a little question for you. What do you guys think is going to be the final value of sum after running this code? I give you guys 1 minute to think about it. Yeah. What is going to be the final value of sum?
19.
19, 29. Any more guesses? 19. Yes, the correct answer is 19. Yeah. Because here, when for example, when it's 19, for example, let's say that we stop at 19. Now sum is 19. Then it's gonna go. What is that? 2, so it should be 6, and then when it becomes 29, then this is no longer going to happen. So this like it's gonna block.
Wait, but let's say we get 19 at the sum, right? And then it goes to the while loop again, and then the sum is 19, 19 is less than 20, and then it's gonna add the next index.
Oh, okay. So I see what you mean. Okay, yeah. Yes, it's because the only reason that this is 19 now is because we are printing inside the while loop.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But if we print outside of it, like here, some, then yes, then it should be 29.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's only because we are printing inside here. Yeah. So like yes, yeah, technically the value of some after this whole thing is gonna be 29. Yes. But here inside is gonna be printing 19.
Because it doesn't get to print it.
Exactly.
Because we print before adding.
Exactly. Does that make sense?
Yeah. What if we have the sum on top of the print? Then we print 29.
The sum.
Yeah, like the sum plus equal my array index, line 56. If we had that on line 52 instead, would it print 29?
I think you would print. Let me see. So 0, 22, 22.
I think we could also try with the index, while index is less than 5, then it would print 29, because the sum of
Yes,
29,
yeah.
the sum of 29 comes out of index 4.
Absolutely. Actually, I want to try that one that you just said by putting this above it. And I can do here. I'm gonna change my computer just to show you guys that we can always work with a lot of stuff. HMI. So it's actually a question, but what would happen with put it above it? Yeah, would it change anything? Let's just make sure. And then we can always run here. So this is a Google Colab. Oh, and you get 29 now. That's very interesting. So like the way that you can write your lines, so you can see that the order totally matters. Okay. Wow, I love that. Nice catch.
Yeah, thank you.
This was here in the original part of the code. And if you run that way, then we get only 19. Incredible. That's why I kind of love this kind of like work. We always get so many ideas from everywhere, right? And I mean, when you go to the like professional field, I'm like not 100%. I'm like 200% sure that you're gonna always be working with a team. You're not gonna be working alone unless you're doing something on your own. So now this is gonna be the next thing that we're gonna be doing. Okay. Okay. So functions. What is a function? So function is basically just like a piece of instructions. You can think of it as like a recipe, like in a restaurant, and you just give it to somebody. Okay, that we can just give it. So this would be the way that we can do to write a function. And here we use this syntax data, and these are the parameters. So basically, when we take this recipe, these are kind of like the ingredients that we want to use, okay? That we're gonna be used here inside. for example, what is happening here is result is gonna be when we call the function and we use these ingredients 5 and 10, and then when they go over here in the parameters, so we have 5 being parameter 1 and 10 being parameter 2, then this is just gonna be 5 plus 10, and this is gonna return what? 15. Perfect. And result then is just gonna be 15. And that's the ideal functions. It's very important we know how to operate them, because with that we can just reuse a lot of piece of codes that we want to like keep reading. Okay? Any questions here? No questions? So I'm just going to move on to kind of our last part here, which yes, I heard something. No?
Oh, it's a lot.
Okay. Yeah. I know we kind of feel a lot, but it's kind of like an intermediate concept, like I would say, in the world of programming. So if you're not really familiar with that, the only thing that you should kind of understand about this is that we use this to create structures in our code. So what I'm basically saying here is that I can have some kind of variable, like a student variable, okay? And this variable, if I make it from this class, which is like this big thing here, so this student is gonna have access to all of the things inside of this class. So like the functions, here these functions, and also variables like age, for example. So you can think of OOP like a way that we can do to organize our code, okay? So I'm going to change it over here to my computer just to show you in the call lab. Here, so this is like the class, okay? And I'm just gonna show you what we can do with it. So for example, I can create object of myself. For example, so I can do like Victor equals and we do FIU Student. And then we're gonna do some too small, right? FIU Student. Okay, and I'm gonna throw here some parameters about myself, which is the one like here, my name and my painter ID. So I'm just gonna go here, Victor, and I'm not gonna put my painter ID, but whatever. Alright. And then when I do that, I also have access to all of these functions like get name, get painter ID, which is very important because with that, the only thing that we have to worry about is having access to them. Because with that, all of the complex code, it's kind of already done by the crazy programmers, okay? And that's the kind of plan that we can do here when we're trying to build something. We can just pretty much just have access to the work, okay? So I can do like Victor, and I can get name. And when I run that, I should here my name is Victor. See? And I'm calling the function using a dot, okay? So this is the only difference, okay? If you just want like a normal function, then you do something like this. instead we use the object that I created, which is beacon. This is my object. Okay? Pretty cool, right? And this is the idea that I want you to have with OOP. It's basically just having access to a bunch of functions, variables, attributes, all of that kind of stuff that was already made by the other people. Okay? Guys have any questions on this? Yes.
Sorry that I'm asking so many questions.
No, I love that. Please.
What's up with the self?
Oh,
What's
okay.
the self?
Yeah, the self view. So you can, well, it's basically part of the syntax. So this is just something that you don't have to take away. Okay? You just always gonna write the self. Okay?
So self is just like it refers to the class that is inside of.
I don't know if it's because I would have something like kind of similar to that in C++, which is like they keep this.
Yeah, it's the same.
It's the same. Okay, perfect. So yeah, you can think of stuff like this. So when you do self, you're like getting the stuff from that specific object that is calling that function. Okay. So.
Oh, I'm just noticing that, yeah, I never saw that. I've never, to this day, I've never used or seen Python.
Yeah.
So, that's pretty, I thought it was itself, I thought it was another parameter.
Yeah, right. But
That's what we.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was another.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not self, right?
Yeah, I thought, oh, what?
But in the end, it's just like part of the syntax.
It's like doing this or something.
Exactly.
Love that. Any other questions you guys might have? Anything? Awesome. Okay. Now the last thing that we're gonna do. Oh my God, we don't have much time, but I think I'm just gonna go over here too. Libraries right here. Okay. Let me just change it real fast. Okay. You don't have to worry about all of this now. What I wanted you to take a look at is this line here. So what are we doing here? When we are working with libraries, it's pretty much like the way that we can access all of these classes that were made by these other programmers. So for example, in this line here, we are accessing like a famous model that we're going to be using in the next workshop, which is called K-Nearest Neighbors. And this is the way that we can import it, okay? And the idea behind it is that we don't have to write any kind of math or any kind of formulas. All we can do is just import that as a class, like this. And here's our object, and here's our class. Yeah.
For that, Nico and Claudia should come pick it up. But
Okay.
if not, let me know and I can send them text.
Okay, perfect. So you guys can see that we're basically just creating like an object here, and this is like the class. And now when we create this object KNN, now we have access to all of the functions that we can use to predict our models, to train our models in AI, and that's why this idea is so important. Okay. You guys have any questions on that? Superb. Anything? Okay. I know we don't have a lot of time, but I want to do a little final challenge here before we go, okay? Let me just. been like 5 questions, okay? Nothing, not much. System, we don't have a lot of time. Yeah. Okay? Okay, we don't have much time, so I'm just gonna get started, okay? Does anyone have any troubles here? Just raise your hand, okay? No troubles? No? Okay, so we're gonna start, okay? Let's see who's gonna get the prize. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so which of this is not data type in Python? So we have int, string, bool, and class. Remember, data type. Fast, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect, class. Perfect. Just to go over this real quick. Int is basically just like integers. So it would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. String. String is like words, literal words. Okay. So you can say like hello, bye, or something like that. Okay. So that's the idea with string. And bool is pretty much just two. Okay. And class is not really a data type, it's more of a structure, okay? That we use to organize our data, okay? You can say OOP, okay? If you guys have any questions, you guys can just say it out loud, okay? I'm gonna go to the next one. So this is the function that we use a lot in for loops, which is len. And what is that function gonna return when we have value? 3, 5, 6, or 0. Oh my god, you guys are what is the point of me being here? At this point, like, oh my god, you guys are just But yeah, the length is pretty much just getting the total number of items that we have in that list, which was true. Okay. So don't look it up. So which one is the way that we write the syntax for function? It's really fast. We have 10 seconds. Okay, perfect. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure these are like the C++ and Java thing for you guys to sound like the correct. But yeah. So remember that with Python we are always trying to make things a lot simpler. Okay. So this is the way we have that, then the name of the function, the parameters with common, and then okay, so what is the correct way of importing a module in Python? So this is more like a fast, you have to be kind of quick to answer. Like it's a straightforward question, so it's nothing crazy.
No.
Okay, yes. So technically the correct way is import. We use the key import, okay? This from is actually when we are trying to go for something more specific, but this is actually wrong. We need to just from. So yeah, so the correct way is import, okay? Then we can
should be pretty simple.
For we rank three. Could be a little tricky because sometimes we can kind of forget the way that the range of those things. But yeah, so the correct answer is 0, 1, and 2. Because when we do range and the parameter 3, then we don't want that to include the number 3, okay? So we stop at 3 and then we just go until 2, okay? From 0 to 2. Let's see who is the winner today. So Lily at third place, Jordan, and the first one, Leo. Who is Leo here? Oh, okay. Leo, could you please come here? I have something for you, okay? So this is like just a small prize, just to remind you that this is how you created this that I did, and it's like a golden drink, okay? Just to think so. Yeah, congrats. And it's also just to remind you that we're always gonna be the smart ones here and not some kind of artificial. Okay? And don't worry if you didn't win that today. We're gonna have more opportunities in the next workshops that I'm gonna do. And that's gonna be it for today, guys. So thank you so much. And if you guys have any questions,